right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back one stroke at a time. Roddy and Mike ready to kick at it. But first, I'm going to tell you, I was a little dramatized just moments ago. Roddy's wonderful sister from Texas brought in some contraband. And by contraband, I just mean beer. But it was, I don't have the can, but it was a pickle beer. And I don't know what I drank, but it was not beer. Unfortunately, Roddy thought it was fantastic. Is that right?
Yes.
You really liked it.
Yeah.
And I really did not. Now, I would drink it after riding 50 miles if I wanted to get rid of cramps or something, but wow, it was pickle.
Yeah, it was tart.
Pickle. I think it was pickle juice and just a eye drop of some beer. Although it did have a 5-something.
Yeah.
Anyway, but Roddy loved it, so he gets to have all of it that ever is brought in the house again. And I will not speak of the pickle beer there henceforth. All right. Meanwhile, we reloaded, and Roddy is drinking from Ozark Beer Company, the Ozark Lager, which we kind of had one before, hard work, honest beer. And I'm having a Fallen Queen Belgian-style beverage. And if I could see the name of the brewery, I would tell you. But I cannot. So, it's good, though. Listen, we're jumping in. We just had a little break, and we're going to talk. Roddy's going to visit just a little bit. I asked him what it was like after first having the stroke about people's names. And he told me not only did he not remember people's names, but who else's name you didn't know.
I cannot remember my mom's, my sister's, anything and everything. I could not remember names.
Couldn't remember
myself.
Your own name.
Yeah. Because of this, after this brain, it's dead. So my language was kaput. So I cannot remember. I can remember names. I can do the faces, but I cannot remember names.
Right.
So it's like I cannot remember my name.
Yeah. But when if someone came in the room and said, "Hey, Roddy," you knew they were talking to you,
yes,
or you were
yes,
okay.
Yes.
But if someone said, "What is your name?" you would not have thrown that back at them.
No.
Yeah. And then I had asked you kind of similar. If I came in, you would know that's a person I know or that's a friend of mine, but you could not have said who I was.
No.
And that's how it worked.
Yeah.
And when do you think, time frame wise, when did that start to change? Did it start to change with really close, like your mom and your family first? That changed first?
Yeah. It's because the language. So I am relearning this whole brand name.
Okay.
So it's like 3 months, maybe 3 months of just trying to locate a word like Terry, or Amber, or Stacy. I cannot. It's like so. I'm like, and then just a minute. Just a minute. The word is repeat. To repeat it.
Yeah.
To repeat, okay. repeat.
So, say the first time you remembered Amber, there was no guarantee that the next time you see Amber, that's coming back out again.
Yes.
Right? It took a while for that to really happen.
Yeah.
Now, in your defense, you had a stroke. There are people out there that I'm terrible with names, and I have not had a stroke. So, on your behalf, you are amazing. And then just to make fun of my mother-in-law a tiny bit, she's better at it now, but for years, she would go through when she was talking to my wife or her sister or whatever, whoever she was talking to, she would go through all the names of all the other kids and then a couple other people and sometimes a few of the pets that they had. And then she would finally get to the name of the person. And she thought it was entertaining. We thought it was entertaining. But I've noticed she doesn't really do that as much now. She's, she just says the person's name. So I don't know, maybe she was messing with us the whole time. Like
I don't know.
Us. But so when did it, or is it still something you work at where like when did it just start becoming second nature when you wanted to say that person's name? Is it repetitive because you saw them more?
Yeah. It's about maybe about 10 months of doing that.
Okay.
And competitive though.
Yeah.
Competitive.
Yeah. So let me ask this: you work, you're at the fitness center a lot. How many times would a person need to come in for you to remember?
Yeah.
That? Is there a magic number, or does it just seem to happen over time?
Like people that are tricky names,
Okay.
that would be difficult.
Okay.
That was difficult. But Donald, that's Donald.
Yeah.
But
you got it.
But it's like a different type of name.
Yeah.
Or
do you do like people do when they can't remember their hey buddy?
Yeah.
Or dude.
Yeah, dude.
So
Hey dude.
What's up?
That's what
Hey girl.
Hey female.
That's not going to go over very well. So it really just is a matter of how many times and then the difficulty. So unique names could throw you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. But do you think take a unique name, but it's somebody that just is coming around all the time? We may need to, what we need to do? We need to get somebody we don't know. Hopefully you'll wind up liking them, but have somebody with a peculiar name start showing up all the time. And then we can test our theory of, is it really the peculiar name or is it the fact that you don't see them very much?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll think about it.
It's time for Mike and Roddy's science project.
Yeah.
Next victim, please.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we cleared that up a little bit. There's so many aspects that sometimes when I'm driving or I'm doing something, I'll think, I need to ask Roddy this. And that's one of the things I've forgotten kind of to bring up was the name thing, because that would be difficult.
Yeah.
Right. So then you wanted to talk about the ICU.
Yeah.
And you had a specific humorous, touchy, feely subject.
Yeah. I cannot remember in the ICU. I cannot remember the catheter.
Yeah.
I cannot remember the catheter. Yeah. And I had to pee, so I was like,
it was there at some point.
Something.
Or at least we're hoping.
Yeah.
Or not.
Yeah. I think it was the last 2 days of I think I could pee in a urinal.
Okay.
No, or a bed.
Okay. The pan.
A pan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think pan.
And then what you're talking about, you had a buzzer?
That's occupational.
Yeah, okay.
The occupational.
And you had a little beep beep.
Yeah, well, late at night, I have to pee. So it's like, and I have to do push it. To do a push. It's like, I have, and then the nurse will say, hey, I have to pee. It's like, I have to pee now. So, so it's like, I got to pee now. So I have to pee. The urinal, and it's like, and then my bed, and it's like, and then it's like a little buzzer or something.
Okay.
It's like, and it was too late. So it's like, And she's knocking. Hello. It's like, yeah,
No.
I'm busy. I'm better now.
My P pager didn't work.
Yeah, it's like, but could you imagine that I have a bed and I have to pee and I have to wait for.
Well, and in their defense, they're doing a lot of other stuff.
Well, yeah.
When the buzzer goes off, they're like, "Oh, that's not good."
Yeah, it's like I have to go and I go now.
Yeah.
But and because of this stroke, the right side, it was the left. It's a little tricky to little. The word is a little gimpy. So I'm like,
were you having trouble lassoing the pony? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but it's like I got to do now. So it's like, but it was familiar. Yeah. It's not familiar.
I'm going to throw out two quick pee stories. I'm not sure that's where people thought this would go, but hey, it's our show, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So the first one is when my wife and I first started dating, I was unfortunately in a really odd accident where I had a person run in. I had bent over and a person was running and ran into the top of my head and basically compressed my neck down, my whole head down into my shoulders and knocked me unconscious, did quite a bit of nerve damage and stuff. But when it happened, I was knocked unconscious and they took me to the hospital. And of course, hours and hours and hours and hours later, I'm awake and I have the bladder with field mouth and I'm like, all right. And my wife and I had just started dating. Well, first of all, I should tell you that I came to in someone's office that I had no idea where I was. And I'm looking and I have no idea what I'm looking at. And my future wife is now standing at the door watching me. I didn't know it, but the nurse that was there at the time had stepped over me to get something off of the desk right when I opened my eyes from being out for however long. And I'm like, what am I looking at? And my future wife is standing over there going, is he looking up that lady's skirt? And apparently I was, but I didn't know that there was a lady stepping over me at the time. So in my defense, that was not my fault. Then fast forward hours and hours and hours and hours later, I tell the nurse, I have to go to the bathroom. I have to pee. And I whispered it to her because my future wife and her mom and my son were all in the room. And she said, oh, yeah, you can pee in just a minute. So she just broadcast. I'm like, cool. We just started dating, but thanks for throwing that out there. So then she comes in with a pretty good size, container. So everybody leaves. And I can't look down because my neck is in a neck brace. So I can't see. So I'm just holding it and I'm going, I think I have peed for quite some time. So finally I finished and literally this thing is, it's 8, 10, 12 ounces and it's full. And I put the lid on and I stick it way under the bed. Everybody comes back in. And of course the nurse comes in. What's going on? Where's your container? I said, it's stuck it under the bed. Of course, what does she do? Right in front of everybody, she pulls it out and goes, oh my, someone really did have to go. And of course, my future wife, Sarah's just looking at me like, really? I'm like, hee. But the other story I want to tell you about the catheter thing is my brother-in-law, great guy, going through some, he's gone through a lot of trials and tribulations. Love him. He's just in a great place right now. But at one point he was in the hospital in a bad way with some medicines and some things. And so he was out of it and they were trying to do lots of things to get him in a safe place physically. This lady walks in and he's just completely out of it. He has no idea where he is. He doesn't even know I'm in the room. He has no idea what's going on. And this lady sticks catheter right up him. It's just, and all of a sudden, right when she reaches, you could see the thing kind of start disappearing. And he just out of nowhere just goes, Mike, what is she doing to my penis? I mean, Roddy, this guy was so out of it, he had no idea he was even around. And instantly, that brought him right back in. And this is what a nice guy my brother-in-law is. when it's all said and done, hours later, when they go to remove it, he goes, I just want you to know you did a really good job taking that out because I barely felt it. Meanwhile, when he went in, it was like the waking of the dead because it was an amazing, it was like, cool. Anyway, so you don't remember that happening, but you survived.
Yeah.
Right? We made it through.
Yeah.
When did you start feeling positive about maybe where you were physically?
I'm still trying to do that.
Still trying to do that. Even though you're a beast.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let's aside from obviously human nature, you're trying to say, well, I used to do this, or I know I can do this, but other than that, let's move. That's another really good conversation to have because you've been athletic and involved in those kind of things for a long time. So we'll make one of our sessions about that. But when did you start feeling? I feel like I'm making some progress.
Oh God. Oh wow. It's about maybe 6 months.
Yeah.
I'm just knowing in my surroundings and stuff.
Okay.
After occupational, my occupational is gone. So I'm driving, well, not driving, but a person to drive myself.
Yeah.
At my house. It's weird. Like my bedroom, my living room. I have a lot of stereo equipment and stuff like that, and I cannot remember for the time of, I cannot remember the sequence of goes
Right.
this goes first, this goes second, this goes first. I was like
you didn't have that written down anywhere. Who does?
So it was like and just in my, it just me, myself, and I to do this. And I'm like, thank God for my sister.
Yeah.
Out in the younger. It's like, okay, can you help me with this because I can't. Well, I can't communicate. So I'm like, blah blah, beep 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 blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But it's like I would love to do some my television, but I can't remember the sequence of that. So I'm trying to learn that shit again. So it's like the remote control. Or like, well, I don't know.
Was it even at that point? Would it have even been easier for you to manipulate the remote? Well, in one hand.
Yeah.
Because it's your other hand.
But like I said, this brain is like this is my lobal.
Mm-hmm.
Lobal.
Just shorten the word.
Lobe.
There
The lobe.
Yeah.
This is the part that was it was dead. So like the sequence and stuff. That was a subject. That was a tough to do this because it's like, okay, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4.
Okay.
So I sit there and it's like, okay, can you read this?
Yeah.
Can you read this?
Can we jump back to, you had mentioned physical therapy, occupational therapy.
Yeah.
Do you feel, can you remember? Do you feel like they must have been in a unique position, and you as well, as far as, okay, we're trying to get this guy moving forward, but it's not like, coaching kids and, you just got to get them to work harder. It's, so what was that like as far as do you remember their interaction with you? Like, hey, this is what we're trying. Were things explained and then you would attempt, or did they just try to attempt and see where it went? What was it like?
See what they're trying to know about. You can do this or you can do that.
Okay.
It's like take some time, but it's like, and so the occupation part, it's because I'm fit and stuff. I'm easily adapt to my physical. I like to, like an example, stairs, doing the stairs and then back stairs, back. Okay, stairs are going up, going down.
Yeah.
And I can do this.
Yeah.
It's a little gimpy in my legs, a little gimpy.
Yeah.
But I can do that. So it's trying to tell what the month or the day or to do this.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So when they figured out where your base was, like they're okay, we just had Roddy do these stairs the first time, and this is what we got. Was their goal to make that improve?
Yes.
And how did they, they explain, okay, this is what we have in mind for you. You need to start pushing yourself.
Yeah,
or they just leave it up to you to motivate yourself?
Well,
what was the story?
Yeah, it was challenging, but like I said, physically, I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
The aphasia, that's another thing. But it's I could tell that the personnel can tell that it's gonna go good today because I can see you can do this, you can do that, you can do this, you can do that, and then the insurance says, okay,
fucking asshole,
you can do this, and
gone.
Way to go.
Instead of taking you back to where who knows how far it could have gone, they were like, okay, cool, you're done. So other than, because we've talked about this before and we can revisit again later, but other than the fine motor skills, like when you had you still have them, you have the bolts under the counter and you got to turn the nut.
Yeah.
But as far as your gross motor skills, the big stuff, that came pretty easy for you.
It's very easy.
Because of your
very easy
physical activities from the past. So,
my balance.
Okay.
My balance was like that.
Money.
Because it's a month now, so I can ride the bike.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy to think that you were.
Yeah.
And then, but you also then had to compensate a little bit because the brakes, not on your fixie, because that was a
fixie.
Yeah, that was smart so how did holding on to the handlebar? That was still easy, even though your one hand was a little.
Yeah, it was numb. This hand was very numb.
Yeah,
but I can grip it. And I can do this.
So if it was a gross motor thing, you could feel it was doing what needed to happen. It was the fine stuff that drove you crazy because just trying to get your fingers to be friends.
Yeah.
And do what you wanted to piss you off. Yes. Nice. All right, Roddy, man, I love you, and I think we've covered a decent amount of stuff, and we'll close this one up, and appreciate everybody listening. And Roddy and I are going to enjoy a little bit more beer. I got one special one left. We'll celebrate after the show. But appreciate you guys. Peace. Roddy?
I love you too.